Here we are about a month from the launch of the new World of Warcraft expansion, and we finally got our Legion pre-launch patch, which brought with it some pretty substantial changes. Class talents got butchered a little more, a new transmog tab was added, and Blizzard announced a new silence feature to help curb the toxic environment, banish trolls back to their parents' basement, and take back our community from those evil grammar Nazis. My first thought was, finally, after 5 years of watching these corrosive players run their mouth, the decent players that still play will have a chance to shut these people up. Maybe, just maybe, we can take back a small portion of the game and make it more enjoyable for everyone. After reading the full post though, that joy quickly changed to concern. What if this becomes a hit weapon for these very people it was designed to protect? What if the victims become the targets? According to Blizzard, the new silence penalty will work as follows. Following the Legion pre-expansion launch, any player who is reported multiple times under the spam or abuse categories will, after investigation of course, receive an account-wide silence penalty. While this penalty is active, the silenced player will find their ability to chat with others is greatly limited. Those penalties will include talking in raid chat, party chat, or battlegrounds, talking in global channels that are auto-joined such as General or Trade, create a calendar invite or event, send in-game mail, send party invitations, send wargame invitations, send invitations to duel, update a pre-made group listing, or create a new list for a pre-made group. Okay, two big areas of concern here. First off, if we take it at face value, it simply says anyone who is reported under spam or abuse. It doesn't say anyone who is being abusive. It doesn't say anyone who is breaking the terms of service. It simply says anyone who is reported under spam or abuse categories. In other words, guilty until proven innocent. Second off, it says after investigation, this player will receive the penalty. Bullshit. I call bullshit on this right now. This is the exact same way I felt about the report player AFK and Battlegrounds option that was added in Wrath or Cataclysm, I can't remember which one. But I do remember being in Arathi Basin guarding the flag and being kicked for being AFK despite the fact that I was actively calling out incomings and talking in party chat. Mark my word, this system will function the same way. I predicted it would basically work like this. You get reported by several people. The system automatically judges you implementing this ban, at which point a GM will eventually get around to reading the complaints and make a judgment. The problem with this system is, what if it happens late at night when there's very little staffing? Typically a GM will respond in a reasonable time, but I've had tickets that take several hours to respond, and this could be just 1 or 2 employees reading hundreds of tickets, because I promise you, they aren't going to hire hundreds of extra hands to read through what could be thousands of complaints per day. So what if it takes them 24 hours to respond? What if the guy reading your ticket is having a really bad day? What if he has a god complex and truly enjoys doling out punishment? You could be found guilty for what could be, quite frankly, something very minor. Especially considering there is no black and white list of what is and what isn't a violation, because, once again, keep in mind, it doesn't say a term of service violation. Nor does it thoroughly explain what is and what isn't considered abusive chat. Well, it turns out this is pretty much what is going to happen. YouTuber Asmongold did a really interesting video, which I will throw the link down in the info tab, where he got himself banned for saying, "I love World of Warcraft." So my question is this: how long until this becomes a weapon? And how long until people gang up on someone they just quite honestly don't like? How long until one of our lady gamers starts guild drama, goes, "Look, tits," and gets all the white knights to rush in and mass report someone, which, come on ladies, you know that happens. On the flip side, how long until some dude gets rejected by one of the lady gamers and goes all psycho stalker and has all his friends mass report the poor girl every single day, preventing her from enjoying the game? Which, come on dudes, you know that stuff happens. I've seen it firsthand. Oh, and Call of Duty fans, don't forget, Activision just loves sharing ideas internally, so don't be too shocked if this system eventually finds its way over there. Someone kicking your ass? No problem, don't get better, just report them for harassment. Look, I realize this is a well-intentioned effort to curb abuse and harassment, and if you've been personally abused or harassed in the past, I don't want you to think that I'm against you, or that I think people who enjoy trolling should have free reign on you, and I do applaud Blizzard for making an attempt. My issue is, you already have the tools at your disposal. You can report a player already. You have the ignore option, which in my opinion can be expanded to account wide, or you can simply choose to never party or raid with that person again. But over-policing chat isn't the option, and you don't have to look too much farther than Twitter to see what happens when you try to overprotect people. The reality of it is you are going to have differences of opinion, different beliefs, and disagreements with most of the people you meet in life. But when it becomes possible to crush someone simply because they said something that you disagree with, it can make things unenjoyable for everyone. Rather than over-policing thoughts and ideas, maybe it would be better to, as I've said multiple times in the past, get the game back to a point where we actually have to interact, communicate, and rely on each other. Only then, once reputations matter, will people self-police, since the alternative is, well, to receive nothing at all. Thanks for stopping in, take it easy, and as always, it's been a pleasure. Alpha out.